people who are in a state of disease. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I am back in St. Louis, in the office, in the studio. I'll be here all week. How about that? I'm not traveling for a little bit. How's everybody doing? Hina, thank you for posting the link to the show. The waiting room is already full. Remember, if you want to really have a good chance at coming in to ask me a question, you most likely need to sign up for our text. So that's by texting the word show, SHOW, to 314-470-3300. That's how you get in and ask me a question. Today is early, but it's because I have a busy schedule. I actually have to leave work a little early for a little Longhorn soccer. Nora will be playing goal today for your Lady Longhorns. Isn't that exciting? I'm excited. The sun is out. I was supposed to go on Friday, but there was a really, really bad rainstorm. In fact, I was supposed to land in St. Louis at 4, but we had to circle up above the city for about an hour total extra because of the storms. So sorry it's an early show today, but sometimes we have fun with early shows. Sometimes we have fun with late shows. I think I might have a few late shows this week just because I'm going to be busy here at the office. Let's go ahead and do a roll call. We haven't done roll call in a while. Let us know in the comments in TikTok or in YouTube where you're watching from and why you care about immigration. Let's say hello to our friends. Tyrone is here, Whistling, as she often does. She says good morning to everybody. Thank you, Whistling. Good to see you. Shauna is here. Searing is here. Dammy is here. Kanyoms, hello. Good morning. Eddie Sumbo says, good morning, Jim. Good morning, everyone. It's good to have a show that calms nerves and helps people feel better. Oh, that's good. That makes me happy. Stainless is here. Glenn came early. Stainless was thinking about the Texas Longhorns. No, we're the Parkway West Longhorns, even though orange is Nora's favorite color. Dammy says she's glad I made it. Nurse Laura is here. Dammy's calling for a late show. We'll do one. Today was supposed to be at 6, but anyway. Laura got to work early to watch the show. We got Maryland in the house. Natalie in San Diego, Stainless in Texas. Ash is here. Yassine is checking in from Wisconsin, I assume. We have Morocco, Jamaica. Big ups to all the Yardies. You know, we love the Yardies on this show. And we especially love it when Donna gets all excited when there's a Yardie on the show. And she goes, that's a Yardie. Great Bistek. Hello from Toledo, Ohio, the Toledo Mudhens, the home of Klinger from MASH. That's all I know about Toledo. I'd like to go to Toledo. I really need to do a Northeast Ohio trip. I need to go on a baseball trip, hit Cincinnati, hit Cleveland, hit Pittsburgh. That would be really fun. All right, we got Luke here. We have Morocco in Agadir City. I don't know where that is. I've been to Morocco, Layson, but we only went to Fez and Casablanca, and we didn't go to Marrakesh because Amani's mom got sick, but we went somewhere else. Where would it be? I don't know, but I really liked it. I liked Morocco a lot. I'd love to go back. Kichi says it's early. Luke is here. We have Vegas in the house. Rastafik 444. Hello, Travis. Got spammers calling me. Aren't those spammers just the worst? I got Francois, AB, Glenn, Vincent, and Shauna's watching from Colorado. Immigration is important in general, but my dad is a naturalized Jamaican. Big ups. I have many international family members, and my husband is going through the immigration process. Well, how about that? Oh, we got Zimbabwe here. You know, I'm still waiting. We did have Namibia on here once, but we need to get more Namibians on the show. And then we got Kichi here. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with Anie Francis. Hello, Anie. We'll go to Sunshine and Jimmy next. Anie, you're on mute. Ani's so antsy that they can't hit the mute button. All right. There goes Anie Francis. That means a space opens up in the waiting room for you. Sunshine is here. Hello.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Jim. Thank you very much for everything you do for us, and I hope you have a blessed week.
Thanks.
I have a question. I'm filing the I-751. Between the time I file and the receipt notice, am I out of status?
Well, you have those 90 days to, I mean, no, the answer is no. When you have a conditional green card, you're in status until a judge takes it away. So you're fine there. But, you have that 90-day window. Did you file like on the last day or something?
I'm about to, like 3 weeks before.
Oh, 3 weeks. You're fine. Just hurry up.
Okay, I have another question, please. My son, he got his conditional green card through consular process. So what year later than mine? So in the form it says, "Is this child applying with you?" But he's not going to apply with me because his conditions need to be removed later. I think a year later. Put should I put that he's applying with me or no?
No.
Okay, and just two more questions, please. The pictures they need to be printed as a picture, or it could be in the paper, like in the sheet, like in the.
Right. So they won't look at pictures. They can't scan those in. So what you have to do is put them on a Google Doc, two on a page with a little description under each one as to what it is, and then send them the sheets of paper, not the actual photos.
Okay, thank you. And the last one is it a problem if I pay with two credit cards?
I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of that.
Okay.
It's hard
Uh,
enough. It's hard enough to get them to run it with one credit card. They screw that up. So two, I think that's just a recipe for disaster.
okay. So yeah, that's all. Thank you very much, Mr. Jim.
Bye, sunshine. Good luck.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, all right. We got Jimmy, then Lagos, then Sammy. Hello, Jimmy.
Hi, good morning, Jim. Happy Monday.
Thanks. Same to you.
Well, so a quick question. So I was in the process of filing. I was married last year, but basically my spouse like stopped the whole process. My question is, do you think I should file my tax this year since I worked last year, like considering everything that's going on?
You have to file your taxes.
I have to.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know I have to, but just considering the fact that IRS is going to work with like, um, USCIS for this whole thing, that was a bit shaky for me.
Oh, I think that's going to get enjoined too. I would no. You still have to. You still have to keep going. So yes, do what you're supposed to do.
So I should go ahead to file, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Jimmy.
Bye. See ya. All right. All right. We got Lagos in the house. Hello.
Hello, Jim. How you doing today?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for picking my calls. I am a fan. I think it's been like 5 years, but I never have an opportunity to get there, in the waiting room. But today, wow, I got a lucky. I got a couple questions for you, Jim.
Great.
Um, this is a situation from my friend Ali, who is married to Zaina. So
Okay.
Ali and Zaina have been married for more than a decade. But Ali came to the United States, I think, 10 years ago. Then, for some reasons, uh, Ali and Zaina's children, they came 5 years prior to Zaina to come to the United States. And then the reason Zaina didn't make it with the kids because of misrepresentation or misleading. I don't know how you call them. So the point is, finally, Zaina made it to join Ali after 5 years. It was in 2021 December. So the first question is, when Ali is ready to apply for citizenship to for Zaina after 3 years, so 3 years rule, is Ali gonna put explain the explanation on N40 for N400 when it comes to applying for citizenship? That was the first question.
So Ali came 10 years ago, And what kind of status did Ali have 10 years ago when he came?
He came and he applied for asylum.
Okay. And then Zaida, he was married to, and she was back home.
Yes, and they had 2 children.
Yep. And so did the children come with Ali or did the children come with Zaida?
Actually, the children came 5 years later after Ali made it.
So did Ali get approved for asylum?
He did.
Okay. And when Ali applied for asylum, did he mention the wife and the kids?
Yes, he did. Unfortunately, for some reasons, when Ali applied for the beneficiary to join the asylee, the kids were granted the visa, but the visa for Zaina was uh, refused for misrepresentation.
Okay. And that would have been an I-730 that he filed while he still had his asylum before, or did he file as the spouse and children of green card holders? Do you know which one?
Well, Ali told me that he filed after received the asylum for the whole family, for the 2 boys, and for Zaina.
So what was the
Unfortunately,
what's the misrepresentation? What's that all about?
well, according to Ali told me that the misrepresentations, they said that the embassy officer find out that there is some fraudulent document from the marriage-based thing like that.
So like when she shows up to come for her visa interview, they say, "Give us your marriage certificate," and they said this thing is fake. Something like that. Hello? We'll see if he comes back. In the meantime, Yusuf said, Orlando, yes, interviews are mandatory again. I don't know if that's true yet, Yusuf. If you've seen that somewhere where somebody said that, I'd like to know that, but I haven't seen for sure that there's interviews mandatory in every case. Lagos, are you there? All right. I don't know where he went, but basically on that one, I mean, you got to dig in on what the misrepresentation was and whether that stink falls on the husband too. Hina, did you get kicked out of the room? Let me see. I don't know if Hina got kicked out. We got a couple questions from TikTok. Let's go ahead. Big Slim. I'm having delays with my interview being scheduled. F1 visa. How can I hasten the process? You can't. Nobody's in any hurry to give F1 students a visa these days, so there's no way to hurry that. Masser NCL. I made a mistake by not including my previous marriage in my I-130 and my 45. I have interviews scheduled. Can I correct it? Well, yes, you can, and you should definitely look up my video on the YouTube channel about an errata sheet and hand it to them at the start of the thing, because most likely when that officer pulls up your file, they're going to say, Masser said he's never been married before, but I have proof that he was married before, and he said on his non-immigrant visa or some other place that he was married. So I think that's going to be a problem. So yes, you need to correct it right at the start of the interview, and you need to correct it in writing. M, status adjustment through marriage. Biometrics done 2 weeks ago. How long till my work permit? Probably about 2 or 3 months. All right. Let's go to Sammy. Hello. Sammy, you're on mute. I'm going to do Sammy and Daya and Luke and Marco. Sammy, are you there? You guys got to be ready when I come. Yeah, let's go. Go ahead.
Hello?
Are you driving, Sammy? Bye-bye, Sammy. You guys got to be ready to go when I pull you up. Daya, and then Luke, and then Marco, then BR. Hello. I don't know what the hell's going on. Nobody's ready. Everybody's smoking the ganja, the wacky weed. I don't know what they're doing, but people.
Good morning, Jim. I'm here.
You got to be ready. Let's go.
Good morning, Jim. Thank you to you and your team for doing this, and thank you for pulling me up.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yes, I have 2 questions, please. The first one is about my biological brother. Well, I'm a US citizen. My brother is Asian. He came here under the CBP1 program. Therefore, he is under removal proceedings, Jim, and he has his court appointment in 2027.
Okay.
He also has an approved TPS.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my question is, what is best pathway to green card, Jim?
Well, I don't think he has one. Does he fear going back home? Has he applied for asylum?
He does not apply for asylum yet, but he's thinking of doing it. But I personally found his case kind of complicated. That's why I did my best to join your show to ask you the question. What do you think his best option is right now?
Well, how long ago did he enter?
1 year and some months.
So they might try to expeditedly remove him. They might try to kick him out without even hearing. So when you said he's thinking about applying for asylum, my question is, why didn't he apply for asylum 6 months ago? I mean, or at least when Donald Trump took office. I mean, I don't know what he's waiting for.
No, that's a mistake. Since I'm a U.S. citizen, I'm thinking of filing I-30 for him. What do you think?
You can file for him, but it's a 20-year wait, and he can't stay here based on the fact that you filed for him.
Well, thank you. Based on that, Mr. Jim, on the I-30 form, there is a question that says when your case will be processing. Is it in foreign country or change of
Most likely,
status?
no. I mean, again, there's 20 years of people in line ahead of your brother. So he's going
Okay.
to have to leave or get his status some other way. The idea that he's going to get a green card through you is very, very much a long shot. You can file for him, but it does nothing for his ability to stay here now.
So I still can choose either processing here or foreign country?
You'd say foreign country.
Say foreign country?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So you think he still can apply for asylum now, Mr. Jim?
He needs to hurry up.
Okay.
If he fears going back home, he should apply. He's going to have to apply in court because he's a court date. Good luck, Daya. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Jim. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to Luke and then Marco and then BR. Hello.
Hi, Jim.
How are
Nice
you?
talking to you this morning. I'm good. So my case is that I just recently got married to a U.S. citizen. So we have already married in Africa before I came here in 2023 for my school. So I'm graduating somewhere in May this year. And we actually got married also in the US. That was in December last year.
Okay.
So I'm gathering all documents to start applying for my just to start filing I-120, I-130, 130A, 485, also 131, 765, also 693, then 864. Just to
Great.
make sure I apply for all that. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Good.
currently, she's in a different state. Even though we married in December, she's been visiting, but then she hasn't moved yet to my state, and I want to know if I should wait until she moves in because she's probably moving in couple of weeks. So I wanted to know if I should probably wait before we start doing all that. But then we have our new residence in both of us, our names. We have bank accounts, everything in our names and everything. So just wanted to know.
You are still in status now?
I'm still in status, yeah.
Yeah, then I would wait till she actually moves or she's about to move. I mean, if she's on her way there and she'll be there around the time they receive the application, that's okay. So I would say sooner rather than later, but I would wait until you're both at one address to file.
Oh, currently she because we have already got an apartment, just that we haven't moved in yet. But then her name, the apartment is also under her name, so she has the same address under her
Yeah.
name. So
I would get everything ready, and as soon as she moves, I'd file it that day.
okay, that works. That works. Yeah, and also, I think I watched your video where you spoke about you give your personal view on filing online versus filing on paper, and I just want to hear more about it again. Do
Yeah.
you guys file everything on paper? And also, if I'm filing everything on paper, the documentation and everything, how do I go about that? And also, if I would like to reach out to your office for filing, how long does it usually take on your end? I know you have a lot of people
About a month,
contacting.
3 to 4 weeks. So right on your schedule. That's not a problem. We like to file everything together. You can't file the I-130 electronically, and then you can do everything else on paper. But we just think it's much cleaner. Everything's more organized. The cases all stick together better when you do it all on paper.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you need our help, just email us. Okay. Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right. Let's go to Marco and then BR and then Robert. If Robert turns off his camera, I'll pull him up after BR. Hello, Marco.
Hey, Mr. Jim. I'm so glad to be speaking with the legend again. So we spoke back in January. I do not expect you to remember, but I was a guy with a bunch of O1s and P1s for years. Along the way, had 3 green card denials through employment. And my question back then was just like, if that my son, who's American citizen, right, filed for I-130 back in September. You asked me to share the good news. You're right about it. So it did not affect my case. I got my green card back in February 10th, which was awesome. So you asked me to call you back and share
I'm
the
very happy.
good news.
How long start to finish did it take?
We filed September 20th, and then I got approved on February 10th. So after 90 days, I got my EAD card, and shortly after that, I would say February 10th, they approved. So it's pretty good. About 140 days total. So
Can't beat that.
you can't beat that, Jim. Pretty smooth, but you're right about it. So I was very concerned about all the denials. So, so I have another question for you because my son filed for back then, same day, filed our attorney sent filed my I-130, I-485 back then for my wife and I. So my wife is his stepmom, and she was under her O3 visa because I had the O1 for years, and she came to United States back in 2016, and we filed for for her O3 visa, right? The dependent on my O1, which was approved. She was good for 5 years with me until, of course, last back after. Last Trump's administration, they got title on visas that they denied my O1 and denied her O3, of course, and then we both fell out of status. We waited until our son was 21, so now we're just, adjusting both of our status. Mine was granted. She's still waiting for hers, as you know, it's 2 different cases, right? 2 different processes. So my question is, listen to your show, because even with my green card, I keep listening because I'm addicted to your show. And then I actually learned that if someone gets married less than 90 days after the entry in the United States, which was her case. So she used to come and visit her cousin. That's how I met her. We started like dating, and she used to come and spend some time in the United States. So anyhow, long story short, so my question is, like, because we got married for religion reasons before 90 days that she came in, and she has a pending I-485 right now, could that be an issue for her?
I think you're asking the wrong question.
Okay.
So here's my question for you, and then we'll go from there. Okay?
Sure.
So you're saying that your son has now filed for the woman that you married, right?
Yes. No, yeah, exactly. She's been here since 2016 under the O3 visa.
So here's my question.
Yep.
When did you and she actually get married?
It was 20, let me just get the day, but I think due to my calculations, about 20 days, 25 days after her last entry.
I'm not worried about that. What now I'm worried about is whether or not you and she got married before your son turned 16 or after.
Oh, no. He was like 12 years old.
Okay.
We got married. He's like 12.
Okay,
So
good.
yeah.
Okay, so you were coming on P's and O's for a really long time, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then sometime she showed up and you got married, but it's not just the act of getting married isn't the problem. It's the act of getting married and immediately filing for a green card. That's all about immigrant intent.
Oh no.
She didn't have immigrant intent. If you were still on your P or your O, I guess, then
Oh yes, that's correct. Yeah.
you don't have that problem. That's not why her case is pending. What her case is pending because they're wondering that same thing I was wondering, which is how old was your son when she became his stepmother?
No, yeah. He was 12 and my daughter was like 3. And then
Yeah. So
we
if I'd been your lawyer, I would have had a paragraph in the cover letter walking them through exactly why she's eligible for the green card in big bold letters, because they're going to be scratching their head, even though it's all legit. They're going to be trying to figure out how is he her stepmother and what marriage evidence is there to you. So I would imagine that you're going to get a request for evidence for more stuff documenting their relationship and your relationship.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When the attorney sent the stuff in, sent actually pictures of our marriage, our wedding, and the kids were little. My son, of course, sent of course the birth the marriage certificate, right, with the date backdated like in 2016. So my son just turned 21 last September. So that's basically, I mean, she's was part of, raising both of my kids, since 2016. So, but I was worried about. We did not have filed any green card or anything. So it was just like the fact that we got married 30 less than 90 days before, but I was under a visa back then,
Yeah, you're
so
good.
there was no green card. Okay, awesome. Okay, perfect, Mr. Jim. Thank you very much, and I appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you, Marco. We'll see you later, bud.
Have a good one, my friend. Take care. Bye.
Yep. All right. We're getting some assholes in here. So Don will be kicked out now. Goodbye, Don. And Borchell gets the award for the dumbest post of the day. This family chain migration is out of control. Of course, chain immigration is a talking point on stupid Fox News and Newsmax. This U.S. has to be more careful about who they do admit. Are you kidding me? It takes a son to be to file for his father. He got what is wrong? What is your objection, Borchell, to the father of a U.S. citizen getting his green card? Again, the complaints about chain migration is, again, people who want to stop legal immigration to the United States. Legal immigration to the United States. So I don't understand what your possible problem could be about family members sponsoring themselves, because it's such a joke. They say, well, why don't they do it the right way? But then even when people do it the right way, then people complain that it's chain migration and they're just demonstrating their hatred to immigrants. So, Yusuf's calling me. Everybody's calling me today. Let's go over to TikTok, see what's up. Istanbul. I get my green card with my asylum case was still open at the court. After that, the judge dismissed the case. Is it a problem? If you got your green card from USCIS, that would be a problem. Yes, Istanbul. You got to do a FOIA for your USCIS file and your EOIR file, your deportation file, and then compare and do a chronology. Mohammed Sharif, I'm a green card holder since 3 years through SIV. I got a letter from the U.S. Embassy saying, I don't know what it said. I'm on bated breath. Dina, I-130 got denied and husband won't help. What to do? That's a problem. If the husband won't file a new I-130 or reapply or appeal, then that's going to be a real problem, and that won't be a path towards immigration benefits. JB Cerrone 1. If I adjusted status by correcting my entry with DACA AP, now SD is sending letters saying I need to respond or my process will be closed. Do I respond or ignore? Now SD. I don't know who SD is. Anyone know who SD is? Do you respond or ignore? I mean, just fixing your entry isn't enough. You need to file for adjustment. State Department. Now State Department is sending letters saying I need to respond or my process will be closed. Okay. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So they think. Okay. All right. So JB Cerrone, let's tackle this one more. So somebody entered without inspection, then they got DACA, then they got advanced parole through DACA, and somebody filed an I-130 petition for them, probably a spouse. And now that case is sitting at the National Visa Center, and they think he's overseas. If he already has his green card, that's probably JB Cerrone. You should probably just come over to YouTube and talk to me about this. It's too confusing to handle this way. But if you have your green card in your hand and you're getting letters from the State Department saying your I-130 is going to be deemed abandoned, you need to write them a letter and tell them you already have your green card and send them a copy of the green card. I have my marriage interview, adjustment of status, tomorrow in New York City. Any advice, sir? Yes. Get on our channel and watch the mock interviews. We have several mock interviews, and we have tons of videos on marriage-based green card interviews. Christine says, Jim, I appreciate every show. Well, thank you, Christine. I appreciate that comment. All right, we're going to go to BR, then Robert, and then King. Hello, BR.
There, thank you again, Jim, for this, for taking my call. So this is a weird situation. My parents were visiting me. They came in July, or end of July, and unfortunately, just a week or so before they were scheduled to travel back, my dad went into the hospital, and then eventually passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. So after that, my mom had to stay the mandatory mourning period of 4 months or 4.5 months.
Yeah.
So the question is now, uh, they were on B1, B2. Okay, I am a green card holder, and the my brother is a naturalized citizen. Okay, so we just had applied as soon as this had happened. In January, we applied for my mom's I-130. Okay, but we did not apply for an extension of the B1, B2. So we are like 3.5. So her 6 month period expired in January. So in on January 6th. And so now what do we do at this time? Do we just wait? Can she travel back or what?
So who is applying for mom?
My brother, who is a naturalized citizen.
And did you say your brother?
Yes.
So I have a U.S. citizen filing an I-130 for his mother, who's now out of status, right?
Yes.
Did the brother also file a 45 or just the I-130?
Just the I-130.
Why?
Because again, if she wanted to travel back, um, she wasn't sure if she wanted to, because she wanted to wrap up things. She didn't come with the intention to stay, so she still needed to wrap up things back home. So that's why she wanted to travel back.
So what's the plan now?
So that's what the question. Can she travel back, and do we need to do anything regarding the B1, B2, or upon exit, does she get a bar or something?
No, I mean, if it was just January of 2025 that she fell out of status.
Yes.
So I would say she's not coming anymore until the I-130 part is resolved. So this is not the right plan. I would make her stay here and file for her adjustment now. And then once she gets her green card, then she can leave. I don't like this plan at all because she's now a visa overstay. So she should have either left before January 5th or whatever it was, or applied for a green card before then and just waited here.
Oh,
And that's what I would do if it was my mother. I'd
disconnect.
make her stay. Are you there? BR? That was weird. He's out of here. All right. I don't know what's up with people's calls. Robert, hello. This is a nut house today. I don't know what's going on. King, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing, King?
I'm good. I've been following you a lot on TikTok. I used to send a couple of those big hats to you sometimes. So anytime you see that cowboy hat on your head, it's
Oh,
sometimes comes from.
Oh, thanks. I love getting my cowboy hat and mustache on TikTok. Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I want to be brief because I know a lot of people are here. Thanks first of all for having me, and I'm grateful for the tremendous work you're doing, helping a lot of us for free. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was here in 2023 as a student. Was in school for 3 semesters and got married. I mean, 3 semesters, but I lost my F1 visa because of I think an alleged violation, which I want to explain to you. But
Okay.
before I do that explanation, and then you give me your advice, I'm currently married to a U.S. citizen. We live together. We have a house together in our name. We have all the bills in our name, all the insurance, both uh, car insurance and health insurance. We filed for all the forms. I mean, 131, 130, 485, 765, all of them together. And so I just finished with my biometrics, and I'm looking forward to the next process. So I want to know, the question will be, what will that violation possibly affect my chances of getting my of getting the green card, I mean the family based green card benefits, and if not, what are the consequences?
What was the benefit?
I'm talking about would I be able to would
Oh, I'm
that
sorry. I'm
violation
sorry.
affect?
Right.
Yes.
I mean, what was the violation? I know what the benefit was. Sorry. What was the
Okay, so
violation?
violation, this is what happened before I came to the States. I had applied to a US based international student loan company, and they gave me a loan before I came. So before I came, they have a program called student ambassador rule, which basically refers students to them. I mean, for them to be able to, they do give a token. So that was before I entered the US, but I was never uh, onboarded on their program. So when I came to the US in 2023, I started school in January, and uh, the school could not accept the loan because it said that was not, I mean, the loan facility is not endorsed by the school, that campus, I mean, the school I was attending. So, but I was still in touch with both the school and the loan company. So in May 2023, they sent me this uh, offer of agreement to become an ambassador. The ambassador program actually gives a student, I mean, anybody when you refer anybody, gives you, I think, up to $200 for referral. But when I I consulted my um I think one of the school's authorities, who was in charge of I think graduate school. He says no, that would be a violation. So I was though even though I signed a contract, I was never onboarded. So fast forward in May, that was 2023 May. In May 2024, when I was done with my third semester, then the final day of my exams, I received a letter from, I mean, an email from the international student office that I violated my F1. They invited me to the office, and I explained to them that yes, I did sign the contract with them, but I never worked with them. So I reached out to uh, the HR director of the company. It's a well-known company. I just don't want to mention the name. Maybe that might give a hint about me.
Yeah.
So the company actually, the HR actually responded in correspondence with the email from the international student office saying that yes, we were in the process because we've been in talk with him whilst he was in his own country before he came. But upon arrival, when we wanted to engage him, he got back to us that he will not be, even though he signed a contract, he will not be able to, I mean, participate in receiving any form of payment because that would be a violation of my F1. So that was the whole story. So the email was still, I have copies of those email printed and everything. But the school insisted that, I mean, the international student office insisted that because I've just signed that document, whether I have worked there or not, whether I have received any benefit or not, that alone is enough for my violation. So that was how I was terminated.
So the school terminated your CVIS record?
Yes.
All because of this allegation that you joined this ambassador club, even though you're saying you never got any money from the ambassador club.
Yes. And they even sent an email in response to the violation email she sent to me at the school set. My DSO sent to me. There was a response from directly from the HR manager of the company saying that yes, we wanted to engage him, but he got back to us and said he was not going to join because that would be a violation of the F1.
Okay, so questions.
Okay.
What country are you from?
Ghana.
Have you researched this ambassador company since you got in trouble?
Come again. I want to hear that again.
Yeah, so we have here's the thing, my brother.
Okay.
We have to figure out
Okay.
how did they find out about you being in this ambassador program? So I don't want to know the name of the school. I don't want to know the name of the company. I'm glad you didn't say that, but let's just walk it through.
Yeah.
So I'm a CVIS. I'm the DSO at a local university, and somehow I'm alerted to the fact that there's this company operating in Ghana, and they're paying students to help recruit other students to come to the United States. To me, there's really only one way they find out about that. Do you know what it is?
If I don't tell anybody.
Huh?
The only way is when I tell somebody.
No, maybe that is that true? Had you been telling people about the program?
Yeah, so no, not telling people, but I had a roommate who were both from Ghana. So I told him about the ambassadorial program at the time we arrived in January in the country. But the company is a US based company.
Okay, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
So if you were able to get some student to come, they would give you $200. Is that right?
Yes, which I never did.
Okay, well, I don't think they're going to believe that you never did that. I think they're going to, in fact, ask for your bank records to see if you got $200 at any.
Exactly. They never did.
Okay, no, they're going to.
Okay.
So you said you actually came up with a different way for the school to find out about it. You said it was maybe from you talking to other students about it. Now, to me, the fact that you were talking to other students about it is inconsistent with your claim that you didn't get any money from this. Okay, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Sure. Yep.
But what I was thinking is that the government came to the school and said, "Hey, King and others are part of this Ghana recruitment program, and it's a violation of their F1, and you need to." I mean, terminating your student status for something like this is a pretty drastic move. So that tells me that the school got scared shitless because the federale showed up and said, "Hey, there's this illegal program operating at your school, and there's people like King who are in this multi-level marketing scheme where if I get you to come, then I get $200 and you get $100. It's bad, bad, bad."
Mm-hmm.
So I suspect that this is all going to come out at your green card interview.
Sure.
So I think you're right to be worried. So I would not go to that interview without a lawyer, and I would probably even talk to a criminal defense lawyer before I went to my interview.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Thanks, King.
All right. Thanks.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
All right. All right. Yeah. Whenever there's when I was a kid, they used to have these cartoons and there'd be like a wolf hiding around in the alley. Whenever you have a wolf trying to lure you into the alley, don't go in the alley, right? I know it's hard for international students to make ends meet, but that is just a recipe for disaster. And so let's say his theory is right, that another international student ratted him out to the international student office. Why would they do that? I think they'd be scared themselves. I don't think they'd go to the DSO. I think for sure it came from the government, that the government is investigating this. If I were King, I would spend a whole lot of time in the next couple of weeks trying to figure out if this agency has been investigated or prosecuted for some kind of a pyramid scheme or for causing international students to violate their status. For Gomer, hello.
Hi Jim, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, barely. It sounds not great. How you doing?
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, not great. Go ahead.
Also, I'm a green card holder from since 2020, and my record is clean. But I do have one ticket way back then, from like 20 years ago, for public urination.
Yeah.
Will that prevent me to get citizenship?
No.
You don't think that won't be an issue?
No. Do you have proof that it was all taken care of?
Yes, I paid a fine. It was a $50 fine, and
Yeah.
I showed
That's
up to
good.
court and paid the fine.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried about that.
Okay, I have one more question. And, what's the worst case scenario uh, traveling back to the U.S. as a green card holder? If they give you trouble, will they give you a notice to appear for a judge, or
Yeah, they might
your
try
lawyer?
to talk you into surrendering your green card, which you shouldn't do. Yeah, worst case is they put you in removal, but something like that, they wouldn't put you in removal.
But they'll still let you go, right? To talk to your lawyer or something?
Yeah, yeah. No, you can't talk to a lawyer, but they should let you come through. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you so much, Tim. Have a good day.
Thanks, Palmer. See you, buddy. Yep. All right, let's go back over to TikTok. Hina's got the questions. All right. NJ, I've been waiting for my green card for almost 20 months based on SIV. Is that normal? Yes, they drag ass on green cards for SIV holders. If I were you, NJ, I would sue them to get a decision quicker. I wouldn't keep waiting. SK, if I have asylum and try to fly domestically from Boston to Florida, should I be worried? No, I don't think so, but I think that should be fine. Just what proof are you going to use of your identity? Is it your old passport? Is it an updated state ID? Whatever it is, that I think that should be fine. I went to Africa and ended up losing my green card. How can I come back to the States? You have to reach out to the embassy and try to get them to get you a FOIL or some kind of travel document. You're going to have to deal with the U.S. Embassy for that. Good luck. That's a real problem. User 640253, misrepresentation, marriage fraud. USCIS cancels 10-year green card. How long is the ban? Oh, I don't know. I need a lot more details. I'd want to see that cancellation notice. I'd want to see the denial notice. You can email it to us, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, if you want us to take a look at it. Just tell them Jim said to send it over. Sassy, if your green card is denied, do they start removal proceedings automatically? Well, if the person's out of status, per a memo that was issued by USCIS on February 28th, 2025, the answer to that question is yes, that you will receive included with your denial notice a notice to appear. We haven't been seeing that so much yet, but we are hearing stories of it. Lawson, can a 25-year-old file for their parent who had an old deportation and lives in the United States? The answer to that question is yes, but they should have done it when the kid turned 21, not now when Donald Trump's in office. Whether you want to do it now or not, I don't know. It depends on why they were being deported. USCIS will go slow on the I-130, and the immigration court might try to execute the deportation order. So I think that's a real problem. All right. Let's go to Ali. Hello, Ali.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Jim. I'm from Pakistan. I applied for a EB2 NIW. So USCIS is done. The NVC part is done. But since I'm from Pakistan, I've heard that my countrymen have done so many things to trick the embassies. I'm now scared what they will ask me in the interview, because I thought that everything has been done and all the my background checks and everything is done, but not. So somebody told me that they will ask all of these two questions again. So I don't know what they will ask. Can you guide me on that, please?
All right. So where are you right now?
I'm in Pakistan.
And you have what kind of a case do you have that's been approved, an I-140?
Yes.
And what were you saying about the employer? The employer's now in trouble or something?
No, not the employer. Now I'm waiting for the interview, and in the embassy. And I thought that it will be very smooth sailing, but people have told me that because in Pakistan, embassies have faced so many cases of trying to trick them. So they ask so many questions additional to what they would usually ask. So
Yeah.
in these NIW cases, what do they usually ask? That's my question.
Oh, well, so what is the position that you're getting you have for an approved I-140?
It is in NIW case, national interest waiver.
Oh, so you filed an NIW and you got an approved I-140 and now you're waiting for the interview at the embassy.
Yes.
Got it. Wow, that's pretty amazing. That's what our friend
Thank you.
Princess Lizzie did. Those are very, very hard to pull off. So the first thing you have to understand is that the embassy in Pakistan probably doesn't handle very many NIW cases at all. Like maybe 10 a year, right?
Okay. Okay.
So I think that's like they're literally not going to be able to wrap their head around what you're asking them to do. So I think you have to be ready for anything. I think you have to be ready for them to sort of re-adjudicate the I-140 to make sure that you're doing work in the national importance. You might get some asshole who thinks he has the authority to relitigate whether your I-140 even should have been approved.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's something that you got to know your I-140 NIW case backwards and forwards, and you got to be ready to talk them through and walk them through. Because I bet you there's a 50-50 chance that the officer who interviews you has never done one before.
Okay.
So I do, and then you're talking about Pakistan. So, I became Muslim 30 years ago. Most of my clients are from Muslim countries. They discriminate against men from Muslim countries. So they are going to ask you every single question, and it's probably going to be a while till you get your interview, and they might even send the I-140 back for possible revocation. So I think it's a huge issue.
I see. One last thing, this long list of countries that US is banning now, Pakistan is in the orange list. So what does it mean for my case? Any ideas?
Yeah, so let's say that we're past all this stuff. Let's say that you've had your interview, they love you, they think, oh my God, this guy really is doing work in the national interest, and oh man, he really does need to get his green card. And they said, Ali, come back tomorrow and pick up your passport. You come back the next day, you pick up your passport, your visa, your immigrant visa is in there, and you're getting ready to get on the plane the next day, and then the ban comes down. If Pakistan's on a banned country list, then you don't come.
Oh, okay.
So
Thanks a lot, Jim.
if the ban drops at any point before you're actually in the United States, you're sort of screwed.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Good luck, Ali. Yep. That's amazing that he got an NIW approved from overseas. He and our princess are the only two people I know that have ever done that. I'm sure it happens more often than not. I know a lawyer in London, that's all that she does. But the fact that Lizzie did it herself and that Ali did it himself, those blow my mind. All right. I got time for one more. I'm going to go to Max. Hello, Max.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, buddy.
I have a quick question. I came to the United States on B1, B2 visa, and then after 3 to 4 months, I plan to stay. I changed my status to F1. My status got approved, but my family, my wife and my kids are outside the country. I have the I-20 for them for F2. So do I apply for them right now, or do I wait? What do I do?
You can, but Jim, what are the chances of the embassy giving them an F2 when he came on a B1 and then changed to an F1? They don't like it when you do what you just did.
Okay.
So I think the chances of them getting it are probably about 20 to 30%.
Okay. So what are my other options? I mean, is there any other options do I have, or?
No, they don't like what you did. Why didn't you just get an F1 in the first place?
No, because there was some critical situation over here, and I got my B1 B2 visa right away. And when I came over here after 3 to 4 months, because I was here about 12 years ago, 12 to 13 years ago, and I completed my bachelor's from here. So I approached the university, and they said that they can give me a discount or something. So it was a very good chance for me to go for it. So I went for it, and my status got changed as well. So now I'm here.
But wait,
Uh,
what was the drastic situation that caused you to have to get the B1, B2 quickly?
my father, he was very ill, and he passed away. So
I'm
that's on
sorry to
that
hear that.
basis I got the visa.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I think they're going to hold you to that, and they're going to be mad that you didn't come back on time. That in fact, instead you filed for a change of status. And I think that, like I said, 20-30% chance that they get the visas to come.
Oh, okay. And one last thing. I mean, one of my dependent is a U.S. citizen. Can that help in any way or something?
Who's a U.S. citizen?
One of my dependent.
No, they would just say, yeah, that kid can come and stay with dad, but we're not giving visas to the other people. That would make them especially happy to put the screws on everybody.
Oh, damn.
Thanks, Max.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. Yeah, I think it's a whole new world. They're holding you to what you say and why you came. I don't think I don't think that embassy is going to be very happy. And of course, they're the ones that gave him the visit visa on the extreme circumstances of his father being sick. And then they're going to be like, wait a minute, now he's going to school. All right. I don't know what this Borchel's problem is, but Borchel, you won't be back on this show. That's for sure. All right. Stainless and Nurse Laura, thanks for everything. Big ups to all the Yardies. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's show starts weird start time tomorrow, 3:15 p.m. 3:15 p.m. tomorrow. It's just sort of how we make it work. I hope you guys all have a great day, and we will see you mañana. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. But I mean,